If this is looking like 2020 again, there's a good reason for that. Because the same idiots are in charge of 2020. The same people are in charge for Trump. Now, but wait, this doesn't mean it's over. I don't want you to think it's over, but I want America to get its head out of its arse and pay attention as to what's going on. Turn off Fox News. Turn off Don Jr. Turn off Kellyanne Conway. Victor Davis Hanson, great for a postdoc class, great for a library lecture on Sunday. Wonderful. You're missing the point. I don't know where we're going with this thing. We're going to start every single day here at Lionel Nation by reminding you, and I want you to remember this, this is about an election, not about who's right. Does this make any sense to you? I want you to understand this. I want you to know this. You tell all of your friends, it's about an election, not about history, not about Hillary Clinton or whatever they talk about. It's about an election with a bunch of stupid people who walk around fat, wearing yoga pants, covered with tattoos. We are a stupid, mindless, fat, dumb, uneducated, unenlightened, and historical group of morons. And we have, of this moronic group, we have these media pockets, each of them trying to convince themselves that they're somehow in charge of what's going on, that their worldview is going to, that it means something. I'm going to say this again. It's about an election. Owning a restaurant is about the receipts at the end of the day. Not about the decor, not about the signage, not about the food, but about the receipts. If you're making a ton of money a day, you're doing fine. Yeah, but the food, we're killing them. McDonald's, lousy food, whatever, number one. So let me remind you of this, because I tell people this and they don't really understand what I'm saying, okay? I'm going to be saying to you things that I know they seem repetitive, but I have to say things 10, 15, 20 times before people say, oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay. First, we know, and you know, and I know that Shamala is a blithering idiot, okay? Let's get this out of the way. Let's just stand, everybody, shake your hands, and kind of, when kids, just relax. Be a part of this. She's a blithering idiot who has no reason running for anything. Wow. Sorry about that. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Good. I want you to understand what I am saying. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very critical. Very critical. I want you to grasp this idea. There's so much that I see that's, I don't even know where to start. Number two, and in fact, I'm going to say number two, and I'm never going to get to number three because my head is exploding. Because I see what's going on and I want to scream and I want to say, no, you moron. And let me also say something, one thing. Let me say something. Which I'm going to say something. There's a lot of people, especially on the right in these shows, who use DEI as a term synonymous with, I guess, affirmative action. It kind of means the notion is unqualified, that you're there for purposes of satisfying a racial quota. That's what it means. That's what people say. Well, you're a DEI hire. You do know who the DEI hires on TV are, don't you? And by the way, DEI doesn't mean black. It means woman. It means young. It means whatever it is. And there's a couple of DEI hires who I would say, you better shut up, Because the only reason you're there is because you fit a particular demographic that somebody likes, because you're a moron. All right? Let me just make sure. Be very careful when you're on TV talking about, well, so and so is a DEI hire. When you're a DEI hire, when you're there because somebody says, I think we need more. Do we have any Serbo-Croatians? Oh, we don't. Okay, you'll do. Let's get Jerry from Jerry. That's a nice balance. What do you think? Racially, it's very good. So stop this. It's everywhere. Now, I want you to start with something and listen to me carefully. One of the things which is so difficult for people to understand is that I can tell you two different things, seemingly, and you got to be able to handle each of them independently. Like F. Scott Fitzgerald said, the sign of a great mind is to be able to handle two seemingly disjointed and disconnected ideas and maintain them simultaneously without losing your mind. You can think, listen to me, position number one, you can think that Shamala is an idiot, a fool. Somebody else sees her as smiling, hip, young, happy, attractive, ebullient, different. I like her style. The same way they would say, I like this. The way you would like a romper room, teacher. Oh, I like her. She's good. She's cool. She's hip. I like her. I like her style. I like the people who are with her. Okay, you got that? You think she's an idiot. Other people think she's brilliant. Now, what do you do with that? What's the critical thing to say? What? The question is, you always got to know the question. Are the people who like her, the ones who think she's great, are they voting? Go back to what I said at the beginning. This is an election. I don't care who's right. I don't care who's popular. I don't care anything. The only thing I care about Donald Trump is when he does something stupid, like this J.D. Vance. I don't know why people think J.D. Vance is so terrific. He ain't nothing. Mrs. L said it, and I agree with it. He should have picked a woman. He should have picked somebody else, but because there's a part, listen, we love Donald Trump. God, no, we love him. Yay! But he's kind of a jock. He's like a guy. He loves these UFC people. He hangs around like, you know, the Dave Portnoy crowd. That's him. I hate to say it. And I love Dana White and all these people, but they're morons. These people are just a bunch of, they want to beat each other up. And I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Boxing's here. UFC's here. Sorry. UFC is one step ahead of, I don't know, bar fights or bouncers or whatever it is. It's okay, but it's just, I mean, come on. How many rear naked chokes do you want to see? It's great. It's popular. I understand it. Okay? But that's who Trump is. Trump likes to go to, rallies of people who are going to vote for him. And he thinks that means something. And they bring out J.D. Vance. Oh, J.D. Vance, this is good. Oh, J.D. Vance. Nobody cares about J.D. Vance. With his eyeliner or whatever. He's unimpressed. Sorry. So Trump wants to have J.D. Vance follow her afterwards? Why? That's not what you do. That's not what you do. That's not it. They're still, who was it? There's an expression that generals still fight the last war. Now, don't be surprised if it's that Minnesota judge today or a governor who gets it. Do you really think the vice presidential choice is important? No. Why is it important? To keep her in the news. It's the oldest trick in the book. Well, we have 3 days before Kamala releases her playlist on her Spotify account. 3 days. What do you think it's going to be? Well, I think it's going to be heavily. I think there's a lot of Alicia Keys in there. Wait a minute, excuse me. What are we talking about? We're talking about 3 days. She's going to be releasing her particular set list or her. Why are we doing that? Why? To keep her name in the paper, or I keep saying the paper, in the news. Do you understand what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what it is. Coming up. How do we say this? Coming up, Trump decides what cufflinks he's going to wear. 2 days until, why are we talking about the cufflinks? No, we're talking about him. Now, when you tell this, I want you to understand something, and I love you. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you like J.D. Vance, if you like Shapiro, if you like, doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what I think. What do they think? We live in a world where people say, yeah, but I don't recognize. I hear it all the time. Oh, well, I don't watch CNN. I haven't watched, excuse me, nobody's talking about you. What? Nobody's talking about you. We don't care what you're doing. What do you mean nobody cares what I'm doing? Nobody cares what you think. I beg your pardon. Nobody cares. You like J.D. Vance? He does nothing. He's not going to bring anybody on board. Nothing. Sorry. What? You think some independent, some undecided is going to, what is he going to do? He's younger than Trump, which is good. He's great for the Republicans. Could he have done better? Oh, God, could he have done better? Not even close. Not even close. But we're stuck with him. That's it. But the question is not, I like him. It's, will he work for the election? Not what you like. Well, I like him. I'm sorry. I like mushrooms. What? I like mushrooms. I'm sorry. I like, doesn't matter. See, this is the way we are, because we watch, well, I like Fox News because I like Hannity. This isn't about, America's Got Talent or you're at home. This is, you've got right now, as we speak, this scares me because people don't really understand what's going on here. You've got 91 days until the election. Check this out. If you look at Real Clear Politics, look at today, look at the swing states. If you look at the RCP averages right now, RCP averages, Harris about 0.2. She's going up. In the battleground states, she's got all but she's picking up. Now, I can't speak for the validity of these, but you should be very worried about this. This looks like this is. I mean, she's up by 0.2. Okay, fine, but pay attention. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do? There's some very, very serious things. And people will say, oh, it doesn't matter. I saw Victor Davis Hanson. Victor Davis Hanson? What are you talking about? Well, he was great. I saw him on. Again, I don't know why people are there enthralled by commentary. The good news is simply this. Remember this. I'm going to say this again. Let's do it again for the millionth time. 3 groups of people. The first one is, I love Trump. I'm voting for him no matter what. Good. That's me. Voting for him 100%. The other group is, I hate Trump. I'm voting either I'm not going to vote. I'm certainly not going to vote for him. And I may vote for Kamala Harris. Wait a minute. What was that? You heard me. People who like, or who don't like Trump, that's not necessarily going to carry you over to those people. This is important. That's not going to carry you over necessarily to voting for Trump just because you don't like him. They may just sit back and not vote. They may do a lot of things. I always tell you this. Remember, and these polls mean nothing when you don't have voter turnout. Let me give you an example of something. In New York City, you take the polls. Oh my God. You will be amazed at the number of people who, let's say, would vote for Eric Adams versus last time it was Curtis Sliwa, which was a big scam anyway. That was a pretend. Curtis was like the cutout, Curtis was the pretend. They didn't want Curtis. They want Eric. The developers want some jadrul they can pay off and buy and lead around. Come on this way. Okay. We're going to take you to the Hamptons. You're cool, Eric. So when you read the polls at the time, you thought, wow, this is going to be great. The only problem is nobody voted. Say that again. The polls showed all kinds of favorability, but it didn't turn into voting. Oh, we don't vote. You asked me whom I preferred. I preferred, let's say, this one or that one, but I'm not going to vote. Oh, I don't vote. Likely voters, likely not people, not likely because they're 18, but likely because they voted in the past 5 elections. See, we can do this all day long. We can do this all day long. I can play with the numbers with you. I can say, well, what does the number say? Okay. So what is Trump doing? He's going to turn over to J.D. Vance. Trump should be out there every single day. Do you know how long it's been? Let me ask you something. Do you know how long has Kamala Harris been? Quick, ready? Answer this question. How many days has Kamala Harris been the putative nominee? Quick, give me a number. How many days? Answer right now. Now. Just tell me. First thing that comes to mind. How many days? Tell me right now. Just give me a number. Just write a number down. Just give me a number. Don't write anything other than how many days do you feel? Don't go back and check it. Just tell me how many days do you feel she's been the nominee? Go ahead. Give me a number. Quick. 3 days, 30. This is good. Just tell me what it feels like. Tell me what it feels like. Just go. Just write the number. Okay, Frankie, please. Not too long. Give me a number. Follow the directions. Okay. 16, 20, 14, 0, 0. Okay. Kim says 0. It's been 0 days. I don't know what that means. I think somebody needs a health check on Kim. 5, 17, 9, 4, 10. Okay. Here's the best part. It's been 16 days since Biden dropped out. 16 days. And he nominated her the next day. DNC selects. Because we're talking about, let me see. When she actually was, it's hard to say this. She will be, yes, she will be the Democratic nominee. DNC announces. The vote, she's actually been, it's hard to say when she's been. Yes, last Friday, no, August 4th. So it's hard. It's a weird kind of a thing. It's been maybe, she's there, but was it official? I don't really know. It's difficult. So Trump has got this real tiny framework where he's got to pay attention. Buddha TT boy. Thank you, sir. Do you hear what I'm saying? And you think J.D. Vance is going to go out there? That should be the spokesman. Trump should get off the golf course and start going. Not to these rallies. You've got to talk to people. And I'm telling you something. You've got this, and I don't know why people love this guy, but I think he's a bit of a jadrole. This is Don Jr. Don Jr. wants to be the star. Don Jr. thinks he's the greatest thing in the world, and that Kimberly, for the love of God, Don, do me a favor. The next time you want to speak on some kind of platform, stop, bring in your father. You're not running. Nobody wants to hear you. Bring your father in. What is he waiting for? What does he do? He goes to a rally? We can't wait. The rallies all blend together. I don't know which one. And you got that Margot Martin. She basically said, I'm taking the pictures. That's good, Margot. Poor Dan Scavino's walking around, but I was his best friend. No, I am. I'm the new Hope Hicks. I'm the new Alina Habba. Gone. It's Margot Martin. I love you, President Trump. I love you because he loves women walking around telling him how great he is. I'm sorry. It's true. I love the guy. He loves locker rooms. He loves Dana White. He loves tough guys. He loves to go to a game with like Hannity, and Hannity. Tucker's doing everything is to act like a tough guy. Yeah, I'm into hunting. Yeah, I'm into fly fishing. Oh, please stop it. Everybody's trying to be something they're not. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know it's true. But Tucker's not running. It doesn't really matter. Trump's got to sit there and get on the horn right now. And he made a big mistake the other day when he said, well, I want to have a debate of Fox. No, you don't need Fox. It doesn't really matter. You want to be the tough guy. You want to say anytime, any place. He did so great the other day when he was on that Harridan talk show with that ABC news woman. Oh my God, he did great. People love that. Being a tough guy, they don't want to see you go into some UFC fight. I'm sorry, that's kind of like a white dude thing. Okay, just put that aside. You can go back to that later. Nobody, Kid Rock. Who are you going to put now? What, Ted Nugent? You going to get him now? I mean, does he not understand? And hey, look at this. I've got people on boats. My favorite is this. Look at all the floating of the flotilla. People on yachts. What are you doing? No, I don't want to see that. But what's wrong with that? I love boats. No, you're running for president. Don't remind people that my voters have yachts. Do you see what I'm telling you? But I like yachts. Nobody cares what you like. It's not about you. It's not about me. This isn't about what I like. What I like, nobody is even talking about it. So first thing is, ask yourself this question. Who is running the election? Who controls the image? Who controls? Kamala Harris is all over the place. Social media. But here's the point. Remember, you say this. Listen to me carefully. Okay? You always say, but are they voting? Well, Kamala was big about, but are they voting? Kamala was at a Megan Thee Stallion. Are they voting? No, they walked out. They walked out. The people, once Megan was done, they said, we're going. Kamala Harris is here. Who? Kamala Harris. Who? The black, Asian, Indian, whatever. Who? We're going. We're out of here. We came for the free concert, not this one. Are they voting? Are they voting? Here's one thing for you. Nobody wants to talk about. Do black folks vote? Oh, God, don't ask that. Do they? Do they? Who's going to vote? You know what I would say if I was a DNC? Black folks might not, but illegal aliens do. Oh, they vote like you can't. They will follow instructions, and that's what we still don't know about. And where's Lara Trump? Where's Lara Trump? She's too busy getting injections. Why don't you do me a favor? Tell us what you're doing. Tell us put the word out, how the RNC is going to have people at every key ballot. Start to scare people. Start to ask me. Aussie here is a wacko. Dana UFC CEO for speaker. Oh, please. Would you seriously? I know you're kidding me. Is it for speaker of the House? What does that mean, speaker? Stop doing this. These people are cretinists. You may like them. I don't want any of them near this. I don't want any. Dana White? I love him. Joe Rogan? No. Vivek Ramaswamy? No. Maybe in some capacity of, maybe, who knows, press person. But I like him. This is what people, this is the political mentality today. But I like him. I think Tim Scott, oh God, Tim Scott got married the other day. Okay. Whatever. No, but I like Tim Scott. And the worst was Carrie Lake. This woman appealed to nobody. This woman was always about me. I'm Carrie Lake. I was stolen from. They didn't like me. Come on. You got to say, this woman isn't appealing to anybody. No. But I like her. I know you like her. It doesn't matter. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you. This is war. This isn't America's Got Talent. This isn't Top of the Pops. This isn't Simon Cowell. and whatever that German trollop is. No, it's not. This is brutal. Now, that doesn't mean Trump's doing great, but I don't. Everybody wants to just sit around and just talk about. Okay, I want you to listen to this one. Okay, listen to this one, and this goes to show you this is nothing but sheer unmitigated pleasure, because I think the Democratic Party has a very, very serious problem. Okay. And that is that the Democratic Party is in a schism, fracture between old school and new school. Nancy Pelosi will not give up the reins. Listen to this very carefully.
Well, it's the first bill.
And by the way, listen to how I think she has some Wernicke's aphasia. What? Listen to the problem she's got when she talks. She's trying to think of the word for vaccine, and she gives the injection sign. Listen to this one. Listen to what?
Whether it's the first bill, that protect
See that?
assault bill. COVID shots in the arm, money in the pocket.
Shots in the arm. Shots in the arm. Look at this again. You talk about Joe. What's with these people? Who the hell are these people? Was it charades? First word.
Shots in the arm, money in the pockets, children in school, people at work.
See what this is? This is aphasia. This is like when you in the old days when they would do hemispherectomies, left and right, they would hold up a picture of a shoe, and ask somebody in surgery, "What is this?" And you say leather. It's like, well, yeah. Oh, she's
infrastructure bill, building in a way that is respectful of communities.
Listen to Dane. Look at Dana Basher going, what the hell is she talking about? Building in a way that's respectful of communities. What the hell is she talking about?
Chips and science statement.
Have you spoken to President Biden since he dropped out?
No, I have not.
No. God, the Speaker of the House did you hear this? She hasn't spoken to the President of the United States since he dropped out 16 days ago, 2 weeks. Who's in charge here? Did you hear this?
Do you hope to?
Yes, I hope to.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone, you harridan. What's the matter with you? Did you watch this? This is the creepiest.
Chips and science statement.
Have you spoken to President Biden
Look at this.
He dropped out?
No, I have not.
Look at her. She's nervous.
Do you hope to?
She's
yes.
Yeah, sure.
I hope to.
Yeah.
We're all busy.
Is everything okay with your relationship?
Uh-oh.
You'd have to ask him, but I hope so. But he knows. Look,
see,
I have loved Joe Biden, respected him for over 40 years.
He's pissed off.
I was party chair in California, then I became member of Congress, and then one thing, other housewife, House member, House Speaker, working with him all along.
She's a mess.
I think he has made one of the biggest contributions to our country in the shortest period of time.
Have you ever seen women who this is terrible, who have like killed their kid? And you say, where's little Samantha? Excuse me, where's Samantha now? Well, she's have you seen her? That's what she is with Joe. That is the Democratic Party. Now stop. You want to get happy? Get happy about that. I would be all over this. Trump needs to say, listen, schmucks, 14 million of you picked Joe Biden. And these people came along and like some third world banana republic just booted him. For some unseen, unknown, this woman who never, ever was in a primary in her life, never got 2%. Trump's got to say this directly to people. Let me try it again. Not J.D. Vance. Nobody cares about J.D. Vance. Next time Don Jr. does one of his things, say stop, bring in the president. Try it one time and do what I've been saying since 2020 before that. What are you doing? We're running out of time. You've got this. Stop the tape. Stop what I did. Have them say, did you see this? Did you see this? What's with these Democratic Party? Say something. Oh God, make them stop. So they have to answer the question. Say something. Insult her. Do whatever it's worth. Is this don't say DEI, but what it is, enfeebled people? Trump never does this. Ever. Trump never does that. Trump needs to do this. Trump needs to do this. Not J.D. Vance. What is with these people? Trump is the greatest speaker. Just have him sit there. Have him sit in a room, Mar-a-Lago, just sitting there. And I can and edit it. Here's the camera. He's looking at him. Stand behind the camera and ask him and say, do you think Nancy Pelosi knows what she's talking about? Run. And then he'll answer the question. He goes, I don't know. Did you see what? And he's answering me, and it comes across very, very naturally, beautifully, naturally. That's what he needs to do. Now, this is the one that the Republicans, where they are, these people make me sick. Did you see this one? Listen to this.
Can be put into the Constitution, can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And
listen.
So, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that.
Now, did you hear this? Not much work to do. Oh my God. Bring in Gorsuch, bring in whatever. Hey, Kavanaugh, you don't have too much to do? You don't? Really? I didn't know that. I thought you guys were busy. I thought you had all these people and all this stuff to do. I thought you had all of these. You had clerk. Do you know how many cases of writs for certiorari that come through that are just automatically dismissed, denied? They don't have much to do. Bring in Ketanji Brown. Bring in Sotomayor. You don't have much to do? Did you hear this guy? Mr. Harvard Law School. Ooh, I've never seen, I swear to God. And I know it's, how can this prestigious, allegedly, turn out so many bozos like this? They're handing this to you. He's telling you there's going to be another January 6th. What does that mean? It was orchestrated. They did this. They wanted this. That's why Nancy Pelosi denied the National Guard. Hello. You want to go conspiracy? Start with this. These people tell you something, but believe me, you can't get to the bottom of this. And by the way, this is too inside baseball because the average voter doesn't know anything about this. I just want you to understand this. This is who's running the show here. And he doesn't go out and say this because, well, look, I was at a bookstore. I don't know. I just had a couple of drinks. No. Come on. Our good friend Zach Peters, ladies and gentlemen, says Caramella just needs to start talking. The more, the better, bro. Literally, it will do us well. Absolutely. And she will. Oh, I got some for you. Zach. Thank you, my brother. Here's Ryan. Ryan says, economics seems to always push any other issues aside. So will this market turn down continue and can Kamala run from it if it does? Yeah. Absolutely. I'll tell you why. She's just not going to answer it. YouTube Sook says Hunter has a Yale law degree. How? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any of this. I have no idea. But let me go back to what it is. Somebody said, Ryan, that's a good question. And by the way, thank you, YouTube Sooks. I give it the Swedish kind of thing. As far as I'm pulling a Nancy Pelosi. I'm trying to think of the words. It's kind of the economic impact of the disasters, what needs to be done. Let me try this again. Trump needs to be on that thing. Hey, Don Jr., yeah, I want you to set up something for your old man. Set him up. Let him do this. Okay. I don't know why he doesn't do this, but he only talks on Fox News with Laura Ingraham, or at a rally. That's it. Or he types something on Truth Social. What, is MySpace not available? What are you doing here? Truth Social. Get it through your head. Nobody pay it. No, TikTok or someplace else. I don't like TikTok. I know it's Chinese. Damn it, go to where the people are. Answer this question. How much do you want to bet? And this is what Trump comes on right now. Just imagine this right now. How much do you want to bet me? And you can say $1,000. Well, I can't bet everybody, but that Kamala Harris doesn't say a word about the collapse of the financial markets across the world. And don't tell me to say, well, I don't have anything in the market. Really? Well, let me tell you something. This affects pensions, everything, cities. It affects everything. And you're not going to see anything from Kamala Harris. And the reason why is because you probably know she doesn't know anything. I'm going to say something right now, and I'm going to say it for the millionth time. And I don't care if anybody I like J.D. Vance. That's good. Okay, I love that one. That's my favorite, but I like it. That's so funny. Well, on CNN, I don't watch CNN. It's about me. Don't you understand? It's about me, my worldview. This little peephole that I have, this world, it's not a telescope. It's not a microscope. It's me inside, looking outside of a peephole to see who's outside the door. That's my worldview. What's up to the door, and that's it. I don't know anything about around the corner, across the hall, nothing. I've got my Ring camera, but that's about it. My world is what I like. I like this. I like whoever it is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. If I can do one thing, I want to disabuse you of that. And I mean you. I want you to understand. Don't worry. This isn't about you. This isn't a Rorschach test. This is about them, the people that make the decisions. Not about you. Not about you. It's like having a restaurant. We have weird stuff on the... if I had a restaurant, I would have stuff on it that I know people like. Sliders. I'm not going to eat that. But people like that. And I want to make money at the restaurant. I want to sell my product. My product is Donald Trump. I want to sell him. It's not what I like. It doesn't matter. You ever go to a party? Do you ever go to maybe you haven't. Do you ever go to a wedding where it's a dry wedding? Where they say, well, we don't have booze. Right. Well, we don't drink. I went one time. I swear to God. I said, you don't what? Well, we don't drink. You don't drink? You mean there's no booze here? At a wedding? What was Jesus' first miracle? Curing cancer? No, wedding of Cana. Hey, Jesus, what is it? Yeah. Listen, I'm running out of wine. Oh, Jesus. I mean, oh, me. Okay. Yeah, I'll take care of it. You got any water? Yeah. I always need something. Got any water? Yeah. Bring the water. Now look at it. Mm-hmm. So, but people will always say, well, we don't drink. Excuse me, your guests drink. But I like J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is boring. How is this redneck guy with who hated Trump and Trump was Hitler and all that stuff? I don't understand it. Okay. Maybe they are going to be, well, J.D. Vance, he's big friends with Peter Thiel. All right, maybe. That one, look, it's too late right now, but this guy was, because Trump still likes a man's man. He loves that. He's a locker room. He's a towel snapper. Sorry. Remember the time he talked to Jim Jordan? Hey, Jim Jordan, you were a wrestler, weren't you? He were a wrestler. It's like Hannity, who thinks he's a martial arts expert. You remember one time, I'll never forget, they were had a Michael Baden, the forensic pathologist, was on. They were talking about that certain individual who was dispatched while in federal custody. You know, that guy who had the islands and all that? Remember that guy whose name we can't mention? Anyway, when they were on talking about how it appeared to be a homicide, as he would say, Hannity couldn't say, well, you know, the rear naked choke. And Baden says, I'm sorry, what? Well, you know, it's your rear naked choke. I'm a forensic pathologist. What do you think? Well, you know, I'm into martial arts, and see, when you do the rear naked choke, what is going on here? It's this mentality of little boys. All of a sudden they go, I'm tough. I know how to fight. Okay, that's good. That's good. Either that, or I'm into weapons, or whatever it is. Do me a favor. Be a man, not a little boy pretending to be a man. Being a sportsman doesn't make you a man, doesn't make you an adult. Okay. Fly fishing, skinning bear, which is, by the way, time out. What the hell is wrong with Bobby Kennedy Jr.? You know what he is? He's one of these reckless, rich kids who all his life just got away with murder. And he does this story to preempt the New Yorker. He did it to preempt. He's on with Roseanne. Did you see Roseanne's face? Time out, by the way. Did you see Roseanne's face when he saw, yeah, and then one time I threw the, what? I threw the bear in the, a bear? What are you talking about? Yeah, it was a baby cub. A cub? Wait a minute. What? Yeah, I was going to cub, and I did it. And I threw in the back, and I had to catch a plane, and I was skinning the bear, the cub. Wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking? Oh, that was meant to preempt the story. Good for you. You did a great job. Yeah, we would have not known about it. He would have said, all he had to do was say, that didn't happen, and then move on. But no, he went and did it as Roseanne is serving him. Would you like some more crumb cake? A bear? A cub? A what? How stupid are these people? Seriously, I think it's that heroin. Raul Rodriguez says, hocus pocus, you're in focus. It's your lucky day. Thank you so much. I'm going to party with you, my friend. This is what I do. This is where I live. I live in the world of, what are these people thinking? What are these people thinking? But here's the best part. Hang on, Zach Peters, by the way. I like Zach. Zach says, Lionel, this is the best channel on YouTube. No homo, I love you. Yeah, that used to be an expression years ago. Oh God. I had an old I want to leave it at that. Anyway, I want you to listen to this. Thank you for this. Now listen to this one. Hang on a minute. This is the one I want you to know. This is the one that everybody should roll over and over and over and over and over again. And I want President Trump to call up Don Jr. and say, set that thing up you were going to do, because I'm doing this one. And you roll this and you play it over and over and over and over again. Okay. This one was unearthed. Okay.
We have to stay woke.
Let me say this again. Wait a minute. What was that? Oh, wait, what? Now you say woke to us. Woke means racist. That means it's the worst thing in the world. Woke means demented. Well, not to some. Listen to this.
You know, we have to stay woke. Everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
Now, do me a favor. Check out the one on the right. I don't know who this, I don't even know where this came from. Do me a favor. Watch the woman's face on the right. And her expression says it all. It's bemusement, astonishment, shock, and utter terror, all rolled into one.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like everybody
Watch
needs to
your
be
face.
woke.
Watch. Look.
And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
Yeah.
Nobody's laughing. This is it. Wait a minute. Do my eyes deceive me? Our favorite, a woman who brought to my attention years ago the beauty and the fun of Russian dash cam plane accidents or trucks. Laurie Partridge says, I think Trump should visit the West Coast and try to convince Dems who feel disenfranchised to vote for him. Maybe a lost cause, but a plus overall. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Laurie, stranger. There's one thing that I would think. In San Diego, you cannot believe. But Laurie and everybody else, dear friends, you've got to send this out. I'm going to say this again. I'm wasting my time. Imagine having a restaurant where you spend all this money on a sign, but you have the sign inside. The sign is inside the restaurant. See? Look at the sign. That's a beautiful sign. You go, no, but you have to put the sign outside. See, the idea is to have the sign so that people driving by can see the sign to come inside. You have it. But I want to see the sign. No. A sign is for outside. You put the sign outside, not inside. Does this make any sense to you? What do you mean you want to have the sign outside? No. You want to have it. Wait. Right now, today, you're not going to hear anything from Trump. Trump should be all over that. He should steal the thunder, not J.D. Vance. What the hell is he doing? Get off the golf course. Okay? Get off the golf course. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to be brutal. And if you don't like this, leave now. I understand it, because sometimes I hurt people's feelings, and they don't like him because they're like, don't say that about my President Trump. I told you I love the guy. I've lived and died through him. Number one, stop playing golf. It's elitist. Most people don't play, and you should look like you're running for the biggest fight of your life. I don't know where you get off this thing. Maybe you think you're Eisenhower or something. Number two, you are extremely unattractive in these golf outfits. How many times do you say, my God, that guy's fat? How many times have you seen Trump when he has nice tailored, by the way, tailored. Men, listen to what I'm saying. Take any suit from any place. I don't care if Size Sims, if they even have that, from Clothing Warehouse or Sears or whatever the hell it is. Take it to a tailor and have the tailor fix it. And it looks like, you can't believe that, because most men don't have suits tailored. They just have cuffs and sleeves, and that's it. That's it. Trump looks great when he has a red tie, and it's too long. It's deliberately long to show kind of like an illusion. It shows a thinner kind of a, because if they say supposedly the top of the tie is supposed to hit the belt buckle. Nonsense. Sprezzatura. We don't do that. In Milan, they don't do that. They don't do it here. But when he walks around with those white shirts and the hat, he looks like a fat, I'm sorry, unattractive, elitist. Don't do it. Stop with the golf. If you do play golf, don't record it. We don't care how well you hit, how hard you hit. Nobody cares about that. I want you to go out and want you to be talking to people on your camera at least 10 times a day. Here he is, Dr. Feelgood, clone of Steve, Dr. Dreamkiller says, when I was a kid, I told my dad I was hurt playing football. He asked if I tried some Triactin. What's that? You know, he said, Triactin like a man. I love that one. I love that one. I remember one time, it was we were in school. Look at this. J.D. Vance. Okay. Well, that's good, OA. That's good. You go with J.D. Vance and you tell people, hey, I know he doesn't do anything for you, but I like him, by God. Well, that's all that matters. J.D. Vance, sorry. That's not electric. That ain't going to work. It's okay. What do you think about it? By the way, OA, what about the eyeliner? Does that matter? It looks like it, doesn't it? I don't know. That's a big deal for you, but Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. When I was a kid, we had this poor kid who was racked right in the guts. I mean, just a testicular inguinal, just absolute. I mean, smash. This poor kid couldn't breathe, see straight. His eyes were permanently crossed. And the coach said, walk it off. One of the funniest lines ever. Walk it off. What does that mean? Walk. He can barely breathe. Walk it off. That's the way we did it. Walk it off. You'll be okay. Walk it off. You're right about that. We were a kid. You scuff your little back team. Go outside and keep playing. Helmets? Knee pads? Back teen. You could have a femur coming through the back teen. No problem. Go outside. Shut up. I had a firecracker go off my hand one time. My nails turned black. My hand was like throbbing. I went to the doctor. He goes, oh, okay. Can you go like that? Yeah. I said, well, that'll teach you a lesson. That was it. That was the treatment. I was like, this thing went off. I mean, it was weird. My hand was like, it felt like it was vibrating the whole day. The whole way. But then I showed people, look at these nails. It was like a badge of courage. Hey, did the firecracker go off you? What did that feel like? That's the way I felt. Then, today we'd be in bed. And by the way, remember one thing. Just so that you know this. Women give birth every single day. There's still toughness. Nature says, oh, you can't get out of this one. You can be the biggest baby you want. You can't get out of this one. Okay? Now, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. Right now, as we speak to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is not about us being right. This is about figuring out this stupid country that we live in. Now, here's the news. Here's the best part. There are other issues which I want people to understand. Okay? This is what is important. This is what's important. Number one, okay? Never, ever, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to say this. Remember, by the way, you see the flag ruffling in the background? That's my wuzoo. There you go. Number one, do not use left and right. In 1988, I think it was, Michael Dukakis had like a 17-point lead over Herbert Walker Bush, George Bush. I think it was like 17 points. I mean, it was huge. Romney, too. And don't forget, Herbert Walker had like a 96% approval rate after the first Gulf War. Okay? So this has been done before. This is called history. This is called history. So, Lee Atwater and these other geniuses put together the Willie Horton Act. They basically called him, they kind of made him look like a wimp. Somebody suggested as a technocrat. No, not a technocrat, a wimp. Victor Davis Hanson, who's very smart, said, oh, this goes to show you the left. No, Victor, no. You don't call it the left. You call him weak, a wimp, stupid. You don't use left, right, liberal, progressive, radical. Those words mean nothing. It's very simple. Base, right, wrong, whatever you want to call it. When Willie Horton came out, and then the Bernard Shaw? Not George Bernard Shaw. When they said, and Governor Dukakis, if Kitty Dukakis were sexually battered by a man, what would you advocate the death penalty? No, I wouldn't, Bernard. That was it. His own wife. Not because he was a leftist, not because he was a liberal, but because he's a wimp. And he's crazy. And he's stupid. And you've got to tell people you don't understand something. And this is the most important message of them all. One word. Idiot. It's the one word. You know those thought clouds? You ever heard those what do they call them? Phrase clouds or I don't know what the hell the word is. Idiot. Kamala Harris is an idiot. Zach Peters, everybody, says, I like to hear when Trump makes a hole-in-one or even an eagle. I want a winner in the office. Literally, bro. Yes. Again, Zach, I appreciate that. Hole-in-one. I'm trying to think of, remember, and I know you like that. How about hunting? Would you like to see pictures of Trump? Let's assume VDH was smart 2 generations back. No, he's smart. I'm telling you, he's smart. Dude, let me see if I can explain something to you. How many of you are religious and believe in God? A lot, if not most. Okay. Do you want to hear somebody say to you, the power of the Spirit, God loves you? You know, very, very simple. Yes, I appreciate it. It's like a love letter or something very simple. Not simple, uncomplicated, but simple, impactful. Or would you like to say, the book of Ecclesiastes, St. Augustine, positive? No! Tim Waltz is a running mate. Tim Waltz, honey. Tim Waltz, it's official. That's what it. Tim Waltz. Shapiro. Tim Waltz, it's official. Walls. I'm going to call him whatever I want. God. What? Spell it. W? Walls. Like walls, or the walls are coming in. Sparky says, never could buy off the shelf, but there were no tailors in the late 70s and 80s in Atlanta, but there was Hong Kong tailors where they'd measure you and send off to Hong Kong. Oh, let me tell you something. Gentlemen, while we're on the subject, sometimes they'll come to your town. But before we do this, it's walls. What do you think? What do you think, folks? Walls. Tell me what you think. Tim Walz. He's 60 years old. He's 6 years younger than I am and looks like her grandfather. He looks like he's 7 years old. Tim Walz. Tim Walz. She needs Minnesota, but now, by the way, he's very good. He's kind of like he likes to shoot and all that stuff and blah, 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 blah. She wants to get, but now, do me a favor. I want your reactions right now. And don't think like you do. Think like they do. Are the Black Americans going to build? They're going to say, yes, that's the man I want. You've got this young Kamala. Hey. Okay. I mean, she can afford an older one. You've got this idea of Joe Biden, 81. You got Donald Trump. Well, I think he's vivacious and he's 78. But this is the most important. This is the most important thing. But this is critical. But don't you want somebody younger? Do you think Tim Walz? Do you think that all of that from Minnesota? What is he going to do? Hey, Tim, do you think, Tim, that Israel is committing genocide? Yes or no? What? You think he's going to clear this up? Do you think this? Now, I'm asking you right now. I don't care about what his record is. Nobody's going to look at his record. Look at him right now. When they walk out, here's Kamala, Megan the Stallion, and we got Will Gear over here. What do you think? Come on. You think that people are riding and go, all right, Tim Walz, yes. That's the guy we want. Young. Well, listen, you could. Mrs. L says she's the star, so you get somebody who doesn't make her great. So why don't we get somebody who's really old? Let's get somebody or really old or really bad or no. The point is, what does he add? He doesn't add anything by not detracting from her fleeting charms. That's not a hire. Well, I hired somebody. I picked somebody who's not going to overtake me. Really? You want somebody who's not? Yeah, he's not. He's just not going to do anything. Oh, that was your thing? Well, he was good at Minnesota, but nobody knows him. Nobody knows who he is. Yeah, but if they look at his record, they're not going to look like, he does look like Phil Donahue, kind of. Tim Walz. Huh? Oh, nobody knew J.D. Vance. He didn't do anything. Yeah, but you want somebody to bring something to it. Ben Carson, we knew who he was. He was a doctor. He's a great speaker. He's okay. The best vice president was Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was the president. Dick Cheney was the best. Now here, you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to sit around and we're going to start to make things like, well, that makes sense. Well, because no, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This woman's now she's really on her own. Now she's really on her own. She can't turn to say, hey, listen, I got to turn to Tim Walz. Right. Well, because no, Kamala, you've got to do it. But I've got nothing to say. Well, that's good because he doesn't outshine you. I want somebody to outshine me. I'm not shining anything. I don't know what to say. I'm on a teleprompter. I need somebody who I got to turn to. Christian Janis says Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan would be elevated to governor, which would make her the state's first female governor and the first Native American woman to lead a U.S. state. Well, there you go. Listen to Christian, Mr. Whatever it is. No, let's go through this right now. What does she need? What does she need? Who is going to look at him and say, yeah? Say what you want about J.D. Vance. You can say, okay, he's young. He's got a beard. He's got a wife. She's Indian. Okay, that's kind of good. He was there. He's got a good story. He got a hillbilly elegy. He's in a gun. Okay, yeah. He's good. He's good in his feet. But that's something, he's good. Fine. What is he going to do? What's Will Geer going to do? What's, here's one for you. Bert Mustin. What? Not Ben Turpin. Oh, this is, I'm sorry. Say what you want about Shapiro. Sorry. At least there's something that you want somebody who is like nice. Now, remember what they're going to do. They're going to, as we speak, they're going to do everything in their power to make it sound like this makes so much sense. Okay? They're going to go right now on CNN. You understand this? At least on CNN, they're going, well, what do you think? Let's go right out of Fox News. Let's go to, oh my God. Harold Ford. I'm sorry, Harold. What was that? What was the problem? Can somebody wake up Harold Ford here, please? Can somebody, what do you think? Kill meat? Forget it. They're going to say nothing. And they're going to talk about, well, his name is Bowles. He does this. Blah, 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 blah. We dodged the bullet, my friend. Guess what? She's in the limelight even more because they picked Will Geer. Good for you. That's terrific. Wonderful. Great. You're all on your own, kid. If you look to him to maybe like share the load, somebody young or vibrant or whatever it is, this is the good. Great. We'll see what happens. Remember what I'm telling you. I don't care what anybody says about anything other than how does it affect the election. And right now, seriously, let me ask you, how many of you and the walls come tumbling down? That's I like that, Gina. That's John Mellencamp. And the walls come tumbling. Seriously, what do you think? I like this. Lionel's headline has nothing to do with his comments today. Just want to let you know that has nothing to do. Just thank you, Diane. Thank you very much. Just wanted to fill you in on that, ladies and gentlemen. I've been noticing here, listening to the particular framework of the subject matter today, and find that it does not in any way comport or comply or jibe with the title. Just want to let you know. Want to make you aware of this. We will. You are so wonderful. You are so great. I just love. It's like somebody will write all of a sudden. He seems to be off on various. What is it? He seems to be. He's kind of all over the map today. I like to stand him. Excuse me, during a Broadway. Yes, excuse me. Yes, pardon me. Yes, this is called "Death of a Salesman." We're in the second act. Is there a death here? Just want to let you know the title is a bit misleading. Does he die at the end? I just want you to. I'm just not getting it. Thank you. Sparky says also golf reminds millennials how they were left behind economically since they could never afford to play it. They never got a foothold financially after the 2008 downturn and subsequent events. Touche. It's also elitist. And I'm sorry, listen to this. And I know she was nice in a way. Oh, Edie, bless your heart. Thank you. I know she was nice in a way. By the way, Edie, your sticker does not comply or comport with a particular subject matter. That was evinced initially. This idea of, the granddaughter, Kai, or whatever her name was. Okay. Young girl, rich, playing golf at the golf course. Oh, don't you love her? Well, yeah, I guess. Whom does she, she's a very nice young lady. Do you think people are going to be, wait, I'm going to go over and why? Well, his daughter's a heck of a golfer. A golfer? How is she in lacrosse? Anybody know? Sparky says, you missed my super chat after the Hong Kong one. Wait a minute, hold it. Maybe that was a whole idea. I read this one about millennials. I just read it about millennials, right? Did I just read? I just read that. Let me check it. This also golfer minds. Yeah, I just read it. Whoa. Yes. You wrote, finally, a colleague from New York City's dad moved down to be around his grandchildren and opened a tailor shop nearby. Okay. Excellent. Thank you for that. One of my things that I love the most about Sparky, who was a favorite here, is one time Sparky was talking about, CPAP things. That was the most versus CPAC. And it was absolutely wonderful. Just wonderful. So anyway, bottom line, one word. Tim Walls, your reaction. One word. I like this. Putt-putt golf is fun. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Putt-putt is fun. I like that. So I like the windmill. That's my favorite. Sometimes after church, we'd have a soft serve and go play putt-putt. I understand. Thank you very much for that. Unimpressed. What is he? Affluent, white, female, urban liberals. Awful. I like them. Just looked up Waltz, endorsed by UAW, of course. Walls come tumbling down. That's the whole thing. That's what our friend said before. Come on, what's your reaction? Look, this is it. Sealed gravy. That's it. I think putt-putt is so underrated. Thank you. And you talk about me. I love when you'll go off on a Gina, by the way, I think she's going to win the punny award. Very punny. Put you in the penitentiary. Tim Walls, can you paint mine? Whoa, wait a minute. And there she is Liking this is fun too. Where were you, Lizzie, the other day? People were very upset. Where's Liz? Anybody seen Liz? I love that. We're like a family. The Addams family. The Manson family. Freedom says, who in the heck is Tim Walz? Trump 2024 will kick your rear. There you go. Sparky says, golf may not offend millennials and Zoomers, but they certainly don't connect to it. Yes. Oh, you're right, though. But it shows, one of the things that Bobby Kennedy did, which I thought was so terrific, which I've always wanted to do, is falconry. I think that is the greatest thing in the world, because I love these abatement raptors and all of that stuff. And that's because that is so different. It's not elitist. He kind of like underplayed that. Instead, he's talking about bears and look at this. Hit that, Mr. L will dance. Thank you. Hit that like button. Thank you, Edie. But let's go back. So this is good. Now we're going to watch, I guess, all these brilliant people coming forward and giving their analyses. Our friend Wakul from Australia says, maybe Pence is up for Shamala's VP, or is this still a bit raw? Indeed. I think Mr. Walz has it. And this is, let me see if I can tell you right now the country's reaction. Okay. They got a camera outside. There's a camera outside Tim Walz's house and nobody's there. A woman walked by with a cane right now. This is the funniest. This is it. Tim Walz, Shapiro, Tim Walz. Now listen, I want you to understand something. When I say that Tim Walz, his age or how he old, I'm talking about the way people view him, not what I think. Eisenhower, we don't have like respected generals like this anymore. I recognize this. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I think I'm a groovy guy, but there are some things I'm going to tell you right now. It's like, I ain't going to work. They're not going to pick me. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to happen. And it's nothing to do with me. It's just, I just recognize the audience. Evan Webb says, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall off a wall. Get it? Howie Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Says, Tim Walz looks older than Trump. I know. I know this sounds terrible. I know this sounds seriously. He looks like Warren Buffett, kind of cross between Warren Buffett. He looks like Warren Buffett or like your high school coach, like the football coach. Somebody picked these two. I mean, seriously. Now watch, everybody right now is going to go out of his way to say, and I've got a great friend of mine who lives in Minnesota, says he's not a bad guy. He's not, he was like challenging JD Vance to go pheasant hunting. He said, I'll show you how to shoot, but he cares about this. Just imagine this. He just goes, and space. What about you, Tim? Huh? Yeah, okay. Dad, he's 60 years old. How old is, let me see something here. Let's see, Kamala he's 1 year older than she is. 1 year. And he looks like he's in his 70s. What? Mrs. L is watching. There's one person walking by. Is nobody there? A couple went by. They go, what are these cameras for? Yeah, they're just walking by. Christian Genesis looks like Dick Cheney. Kind of sort of does. Zach Peters, love you, bro. Literally. I'm sorry. I know what a pathetic world we live in, and people have to look at people's appearances. But if you think that the young hip, that the Megan Thee Stallion group is going to look at this guy and say, now we're talking. Okay. Okay. Now, I wasn't with you before there, Carm, but now I'm with you 100%, babe. Good luck. Okay. So, anyway, let's just sit back and see what happens. So, tonight, my friends, we'll do a recap. Tim Walz, hey. Boy, that's exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Biggest, if Trump doesn't destroy her, there is no God. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Period. So Christian Janis, Zach Peters, Edie Crowley, we love you. Howie Brown, Evan Webb, B. Wakul. From Ozzy, Oz, Sparky, Freedom, I said Zach. OA loves that JD Vance. Dig it. JD's gonna have. I can see that vice presidential debate. Clonus Steve, Dreamkiller, Dr. Dreamkiller, Laurie Partridge, Miss Dashboard Cam, YouTube, Ryan, thank you so much, and Buddha TT Boy, thank you. All right, dear friends, hang on. Here's another one. Sparky says people like animals and people working together, like border collies herding sheep on a rancher's command, bird dogs flushing quail, falcons working with falconers, police dogs search and rescue. Yes, you're right about that. And I like the way that there is something about the whole notion of abatement birds that just gets me. Hang on. Literally, Andy Emmer, literal. And by the way, literal, littoral, means of or remaining on a bank. By the way, speaking of abatement birds, in Napa, years ago, there were these billions, really, that added up of dollars that were lost to starlings and all of these horrible birds that would eat the berries right when the grapes, when they got just perfect. And they lost so many millions. Oh, Walz was behind. Yeah, Walz was behind letting George Floyd. We're going to have a lot to talk about. But let me tell you about these birds, by the way, because you're going to like this. These poor people were saying we're losing millions of dollars because of these starlings that eat the little birds and the berries and the grapes. And they put nets out. That didn't work. They had guns that were shooting. That didn't work. They had scarecrows. That didn't work. Nothing worked. Zach says, one more, bruh. Thank you. So this guy showed up. He had 3 birds. And he tells this owner, he goes, I'll take care of this. And Sparky adds, by the way, bloodhounds chasing falsely convicted escaped fugitives. Yes. Ask David Jansen about that and the one-armed man. So we had these 3 birds. Raptors. One was a velociraptor. And one was a peregrine falcon. And one was, I don't know, 3 of them. And one flew really low and flushed them out. That was this thing, low. Between the, and by the way, once the birds found out about this, they sent the message out. They said, screw this, we're out of here. So, okay. Second, kind of a mid, I don't know what bird it was, kind of middle to catch the over. But the one that really got him was I think it was the peregrine, who flew around and told the others, this is my territory. And in one swoop, whatever it's called, it was all done. Incredible. All right, dear friends, we will talk. Yes, he allowed the rioters to burn everything down, Shelby. Yes. We're going to learn about Mr. Walz today. We're going to learn about that. I think it's the biggest, dumbest, stupidest move ever. I'm sorry. He's 1 year older than Kamala. 1 year. Look at him. Looks like her dad. If her dad was Will Gear. Or no, Wilfred Brimley without the mustache. All right, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious day. Remember, October the 26th at the Cutting Room. There's the... Oh, Mrs. L's going to do a live. Make sure you subscribe to Lynn's Warriors. Looking at 2. Well, either way, make sure you sign up because we got to do a lot of prep work for that one. Yeah. So anyway, Mad Peace, thank you so much for that. Meg Thee Stallion would never twerk on them walls. I love that one. Johnny Scott, Kamala Harris 2024. Good for you, John. Remember, your free speech is always welcome here. That's all I want to tell you. All right, dear friends. Like I said, we'll see you tonight. Don't forget, October 26th at the Cutting Room. Follow Lynn's Warriors. She's going to be doing her lives coming up. Also, he looks like he could be her dad. I know. Freedom. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying, I don't want to, I can't hear you. What? Yeah, they're bringing the race stuff up. So we're going to be, you know what? Don't be surprised if we do an even cut in earlier with me and this. We got a lot to talk about today. So much. My head is spinning. I've been talking to you for an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, I need to just calm down. This is like so much information and things moving and this and that. And I love it. It keeps you younger. All right, folks, we'll see you. Thanks so much for watching. I mean it sincerely. Don't forget, make sure you're subscribed, Lionel Nation. And until we meet again, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.